back up on a backup device. Never trust Streamlabs. You just turn that white.
On a gooseneck trailer just west of the 87 and westbound. It's pretty good.
Alright. Streamlabs wouldn't work with me, it wouldn't work with YouTube. We kept trying to schedule upcoming. That's the Trumbull County. So sorry guys, we lost our radar feed, we lost everything. Starlink decided that it wanted to be a diva, and then it was stopping the mobile must-haves from taking over because Starlink must have it at all costs. So I just turned Starlink off. So now we're just operating on mobile must-have cellular. We still got sponsor tags, we still got an inside and outside view, we still have... Of course it's choking on itself. It can go no other way. Here, I'm going to go over here to this pull-off, this parking lot, right here. And we'll turn the Elon Daddy device back on and see if that helps. Yeah, it's magically back because it's hunting for Starlink. It's so irritating. God, it's irritating. How do big streamers do this? Well, just go get a college degree in IT and you can do it too. All right, I'm turning Starlink back on, and if it starts choking on itself again, I'm just going to shut down and go home. Don't inch forward or nothing. And this is all from one guy waiting to turn left up there. Poorly, I might add. Still rolling good. I had to turn the Starlink back on.
Yeah, once it fixed itself, it stayed on so far.
No. Was it church? Old folks home, whatever, please turn in there. So we're going to dodge to the north. Up here. 616 north. I've been at this junction so many times. Oh no, this is some neighborhood street. There we go, I'm back. I hope this is all coming through. Yeah, I'm really going to have to take a look into how much I need Streamlabs Ultra, because I think the true answer is not much. I think the true answer is not much. I think a lower tier, cheaper Streamlabs account and then setting everything up identical in OBS is probably a better move. I have to take a look at my numbers on X. I think the only place I need to split this stream to anymore is probably YouTube and Facebook. Maybe X. The other platforms just aren't doing it. In Twitch, I picked up 2 people. Kick, I picked up like 20. Trovo, I haven't picked up a soul. I used to have a pretty big Indonesian fan base on Trovo years ago. And it like, I never paid for views. I've never paid for bots. So, if I didn't pay for them, all those Indonesians came from somewhere. People were watching in Indonesia for some reason, the weather in the U.S. 3-4 years ago. And they're not anymore. None of them came back. So maybe that's not the fad in Indonesia anymore. It says 616 to take a right. I don't really want to take a right. I want to keep going north. Of course, these are neighborhood streets. Oh, I see. Struthers, Ohio. That's right. Struthers, Ohio. 616 continues in north. And I don't know what's going on tonight, man. It's a Monday. Why are the churches hopping? Bear in mind, now that I've switched to a You know what I could do? Now that I've switched to a phone, all of the chat comments are popping up on the phone screen, and that's way over there, and I can't read it. But I might be able to pull up a window here. Super confusing roads over here. Stay on 616 North. Let's go to studio. Content. Live. And then all right. There we go. I actually got it to where I could pull up a chat window on YouTube. I forgot I could do that. Billy Jeanette Jones. Billy Jeanette Jones, watch the weather, waving heart emoji. You too, Billy. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. We are outside of Youngstown, Ohio. This is at 289. I believe I shot some footage out here. Actually, we're outside of Struthers, but I believe I shot some footage out here some time back. My co-pilot Kylie just getting back to me from last night. She works nights. I don't fault her. Yesterday didn't sound like fun. Yeah, no, it didn't. 75 mile per hour ground speeds, launching EF3 tubes. You know, most of them were cutting their own inflow off as they were forming. All those rotating thunderstorms with all those tour possible tags and all those severe thunderstorm warnings, and only three of them actually worked. Yinzer, Pittsburgh, where are you? We are just to the north of Struthers, Ohio, and we're headed north on 616. We're kind of getting around some stuff. I could take a 350, or not 356. We could take a 376 north jog, but I mean, things got snarled up really, really bad earlier. There is an accident, multi-vehicle pileup on Interstate 80 on the eastbound side out near Clarion, Pennsylvania, from a snow squall earlier today that they're still cleaning up. I-80 is closed, and that's just messing up traffic on the interstates all around it. So we're kind of on some local routes. I took the business 422 through Newcastle by accident instead of the regular 422, but it's not like that would have helped us any. You know what I mean?
Copy that.
You know what? Take this jog north right here on 616. We can get back on 422. I think we might be able to get out from under all that traffic. I think I have an idea. It's just a little bit of a nightmare. Had so many encoding issues earlier. We had to switch to a phone. Teresa, there's church this week because December 25th is the first day of Christmas tide. Oh, yeah. The thing with the Catholics and all that, they celebrate Christmas for almost 2 weeks. I forgot all about that. And yeah, social trends are very weird. Why were American teenagers watching Korean college students eat dinner? Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Social trends are weird. That was really weird though. Back in 2022 into 2023, I had like a couple thousand viewers on Trovo, and they were all from Indonesia. So that's kind of a tough one. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, we got Yinzer Pittsburgh in here. We got Billy Jeanette Jones from Kentucky. Watch the weather. I believe she's affiliated with that outfit that Alicia Hardiman runs. I could be wrong. I want to say that's, what's that, Zone 136 Rescue or something like that. Yeah, no snow on us right now, but the whole thing is we got to get further north. And I think 376 will lead us up to 80, but there is going to be a funnel around there, like Hermitage. That'll boot us onto Hermitage, up through Hermitage, Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, up towards Greenville, which leads us into the earlier snow squall warning. Pretty decent mesoscale discussion out right now, and the snow squall warnings are continuing up. Mercer County, there's lake effect snow warnings out for the area as we're trying to get up there. Here's the junction with 422. And if I have to pick a direction on 422, I'm going to pick east. Because I don't want to go too far. If I go west, I can always curve up into the Cleveland metro area. I don't really want to do that. We'll go right here, and this is 422. This is honestly not too far outside of Pennsylvania at all. I mean, like the state line is right there. We'll dip back into Pennsylvania, and then we can hit the toll route north on 376, and then just at the end of that route we can boot over into Hermitage. It's cold here, light snow. The wind's damaged my Christmas lights. Yeah. One thing to think of, it's a new thing for this area, because a lot of Pittsburgh people are very traditional about how they like their Christmas lights. But there's one thing about this area. Send me an email, dean@keystoneprime.us, if you're interested. We do work with a company that is a sponsor, but they're not on the screen here. The last time I had a big stream, I put their sponsor tag on the screen, and people were calling this guy's personal cell phone at midnight going, "I saw this on Keystone Prime. I'm here to give you a snow report." Like, it was highly strange. But there's an outfit that I work with, and we install a product called Holiday Bright Lights. They're a permanent eaves-mounted Christmas lighting system that doesn't get destroyed. It doesn't get blown away by wind. It's immune to ice. It's a very robust system. Installs under the soffits of the house. So if you got a house, if you got your own house there, you know, if you're not in an apartment or whatever, you can get these installed on the house, and they won't get damaged by winter weather in the future. And they can be used year-round. They can be used as security lighting. You can set up a zone just to use it as your porch lighting. They do every holiday. They come with presets. So yeah, Dean at KeystonePrime.us. Send me an email if you're interested. If you want to know more, I can put you in contact with the distributor. I will tell you that. Yinzer PGH, I'm guessing you're watching from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's getting a little bit of light snow there. I can see that down on the map there. And I can see it's mostly out over the east zone and then over Monroeville, down towards Greensburg and Westmoreland County, that area. So I can see that. Slush pile. This lane is ending. They've been treating the hell out of the roads. Yep, Pittsburgh, a little west of the city. Okay, so you're out there a little west of the city. Kennedy, the Rocks, over that way, more further south to like Brookline, Castle Shannon, those areas. I work down there. I work down there all the time. I hope the audio's good, because the audio's just coming off of a phone right now, but it was coming off of a phone earlier. It looks like the phone actually has a better microphone than the nice high-end Rode microphone that I have in here, so I'm not going to complain. Here, a little kick over the red. There we go. There's the sin bin on the left. Adult. It's the only thing lit up on this sign. I don't know if they have the strippers in there or not. I don't think they do. I think that's just the sin bin. How'd you like to be working the midnight shift cashier job at the dildo store on 422? On 422 West in the middle of nowhere on the Pennsylvania border just after Christmas. Kennedy. Yeah, Kennedy. Oh, it's out there somewhere. Oh, you guys just lost your hospital out there. I guess that was Ohio Valley Hospital was out there. They just shut that down. Or are shutting it down, I think. Something like that. The turn of the new year. Got Starlink for a couple more days until it goes into standby mode. I'll be operating off of cellular only for a little bit, and then the Starlink will be back, you know. The phone sounds way... The exhaust that I was going to put on it was like a MagnaFlow. Oh, I see, it's coming and going. There we go, we're back. Yeah, the exhaust that I put on it was a MagnaFlow kit, which it didn't occur to me was going to be loud. It's got a good grumble to it, but it was... I looked at original equipment exhaust, and then I looked at the MagnaFlow exhaust, and the MagnaFlow exhaust was actually $200 cheaper than the original equipment exhaust, so I went with the MagnaFlow. Probably shouldn't have done that. I might just get a normal muffler and jacket in there eventually. But it's like a 3-inch pipe. So it's got good open flow to the back, which could explain why the evap system's not happy. But a lot of the road noise, or what people think of as the road noise in the microphone from earlier, I realized it is the defrost was running on full speed. I cut it back a notch, and it's a lot quieter. As long as things don't get too bad out here, the defrost will be okay where it is. And even turning it up doesn't do much other than cloud up the what you call it. So I realistically have to roll the rear windows down about 2 inches on each side when the defrost is on high, or else it fogs up real bad. Here we go. I got my microphone chilling. I got another place that's taken up where that microphone needs to go. So let me move that microphone. I'm getting super high wind gusts right here too. And I'll put this microphone right there where I can see it. It shut down. They turned part of it into a walk-in clinic. Oh yeah, OVH. They also renamed it at a certain point too. It's like something or another medical center, Kennedy or whatever. Now, I was in EMS and still am in EMS for years, so I'll always call it Ohio Valley. But that's a time-honored Pittsburgh tradition, is calling things by what it used to be 20 years ago. Coming up to the toll route up ahead, about a half a mile or a mile. It's tough telling with this GPS. Yeah, a lot of that road noise was defrost, but it still was a ton of road noise, and that microphone was picking up every bit of it. I'm probably just going to take this thing out of here because it doesn't really work. Doesn't really work. I might look into using that NDI mic more, or I might get a... You know, you can actually get NDI microphones. They're like Wi-Fi microphones. And then I can run that on a second NDI slot and use it as the audio input. That's an idea. You could also use a Bluetooth lavalier microphone. Hook it to the computer and just tack it on my shirt. I could even use the Blue Parrot as a Bluetooth microphone, realistically. I'm a lot more relaxed now than I was earlier in the night. Apologize for that. Just the technology was fighting me tooth and nail, and when you're pitched in the middle of that, it just feels like there's nothing you can do to make it run right. That's why we're on a phone now. The phone is up the dashboard. I'm pointing at it right now. That's the phone. $2,000 worth of streaming equipment permanently mounted in this truck. None of it wants to work. $120 phone I got on eBay works beautifully. So I'd like to be able to use the graphics and everything else. It just won't allow me to. I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm going to have to do something about that. It's not optional at this point. And I think what I'm going to have to do is set everything up in OBS instead of Streamlabs Ultra, and I'm probably just going to have to get rid of Streamlabs Ultra. Every time I log in, it says there's been an update, and then every time there's an update, nothing works right, and I have to figure out how to make it work right, and then it breaks again. So let's go to share. Oh yeah, we got to look out. Guy in a Ford Explorer going 1,000,000 miles an hour. What was that, a Dodge Ram? Yeah. Shocking. So we're gonna head up towards Sharon. I know that thing earlier took some people out on I-80. Big pile up there, big rigs, cars. High beams here. This is going to lead us up to Sharon, which is right there near Hermitage. This is where we want to go. Sorry, the headlights aren't too good on this truck. I mean, they have like an aiming screw, but they're Chinese replacement headlight buckets, so they're just aimed at the ground anyway. I'm gonna have to get in there and figure out a way to crank those up. And I might put LED headlights in it, like LED headlight bulbs, to increase the brightness. It was bought by Heritage Valley before it shut down. Yeah, Heritage is one of those. They're a speculator healthcare company. They'll come in, they'll buy a hospital, and then they'll try to like figure out how to make it profitable, which I just assume means cut out care. And then when it doesn't happen over 5 years or so, they usually do 5-year plans, and then they just shut them down. But they did take over some hospitals that were doing bad and turned them around. There's one way up there, like Du Bois, that they did a good job with. Southside Hospital. So you were out there at Southside Hospital. I only ever knew Southside Hospital as UPMC Southside. And by the time I started taking patients out of UPMC Southside, there was no emergency room, and it was basically just doctor's offices at that point. We used to do non-emergency transports and take people over there sometimes for dentist's appointments, doctor's appointments, get their feet worked on. They had a podiatrist over there. They had one of those places where the podiatrist was, and then they'd sell you diabetic shoes. I'm a diabetic, but Lord willing, I've got a long way left to go before the diabetic shoes era. Then I think they're tearing it down now. I haven't been back there in forever, but I remember at one point they shut it down and it was just sitting there empty, and I think they're tearing it down now. Traffic scan says that 79's cleared up, so that's good. back up into the wind. I can feel the wind cranking up outside. I had to cut the temperature down on the defrost a little bit, burning me out of here. I already took my media coat off earlier. How's everybody doing out there? How's the stream looking? It looks pretty good on my end, looking at the service monitor. That thing's giving me a warning about the stream bit rate, but I don't care. You go any higher than 1500 with a stream bit rate in a mobile environment at 1080p, it's going to do nothing but choke. I think YouTube still focuses on people streaming from a desktop computer in their home, where they react to things or whatever. There with the exhaust. We're in Mercer County, Pennsylvania now. We're in Mercer County, Pennsylvania. We're about 9 miles south of Hermitage at this point. Snow's picking back up, so we're starting to get back into the bands. I think I want to go basically to Hermitage, maybe a little north of Hermitage towards Sharon, and things should pick up pretty good. Tomorrow I might just go ahead and reinstall OBS on my laptop and run things that way. because the Streamlabs apparently can't be trusted. Either that or just use phones for streaming from now on. Feed looking good. Looking good on my end. It's even got that nice glow.
Feed's fine.
Copy. And actually, that was really quick. That was a very fast turnaround. So we're not doing too bad on latency from what I can see here now. There's only a few seconds between I said that and she contacted me on the push to talk. So. I don't even think this direction necessarily is a tollway. I could be wrong. Oh no, the lower to 55 and all that, it probably is. I don't know what happened, but somebody doing something. What's in the belly? We are curious. Right now, nothing. Coffee. That's it. I didn't eat anything. I ate some Hot Pockets earlier. Think you have COVID? I've had COVID 7 times. I'm pretty sure I don't have COVID right now. Yeah, that's what we want right there. 18 north to Hermitage. That's what we want. Let's get just a little warmth. We were just out here the other day. Going to Cranax, the Christmas Wonderland. Yeah, we'll go to Hermitage and then continue. So we're getting back into the snow banding here. This is what people want to see anyway, is the snow. The damn accident and that wrong turn messed up everything. Therefore, an hour or two, however long I've been streaming, but get up into Hermitage, it'll be fine. Just a reminder, this stream is being brought to you through Mobile Must Have, Roamlink by MobileMustHave.com. I gotta plug those guys all the time. Roamlink by MobileMustHave.com continues to combine all of the major cellular services into one rock-solid data plan. That's what's being beamed out right now. Being beamed out on Mobile Must Have right here on the channel. Tell them Dean sent you. They have specials all the time. You can get a Roamlink package for a lot less than you think, and if you get the 4G base, the routing. It's one of the top-of-the-line micro routers, and it does an excellent job. Excellent job. MobileMustHave.com. Of course, big thanks to our friends at weatherwise.app. You can watch this actually in weatherwise.app, hascams.com, livestormchasing.com, the LSM CDN, and you're watching us on one of the social media streams right now. We stream to a lot of them. So currently streaming to Twitch, Trovo, Kick, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Keystone Prime, everywhere you want to be. We're heading into Hermitage on Route 18 north. We're headed directly north. So we're coming back into the bands, and we're going to be getting up there and seeing what's going on here right shortly. Doesn't look like much is going on in like Erie County. Like they've got snow squall warnings or something. Let me see what that is now. Okay, they've discontinued the snow squall warnings, but they are in a mesoscale discussion for snow squalls up this way. That is a lake effect snow warning. It's going to be on for the next couple of days, so we're going to have a couple of days possibly worth of content out of this. Up along the Erie Lakeshore, Erie, Crawford County, Pennsylvania, Ashtabula, Trumbull, Lake, Cuyahoga County in Ohio. I see. Hakeem tried to post a link. That's okay. Streamlabs bot caught it. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. And if it's something benign and something beneficial, or something benign or something beneficial, sorry about it, bud. But these days, a lot of people like to post scam links in all the comments on social media, hoping one person clicks it and gives them some money. So we protect people here on this channel. Elwood City Borough Services, still active, huh? They didn't go to the trunk system. Oh, we're in Hermitage, right here at the Lowe's. Bing dong. Okay, I see. Not too terribly worried about any of that. Let's get this thing to actually stop. Mushy brakes and a guy sitting at a green light. Let's go. Oil just sloshed to the front. I can tell because I can smell it burning. I can tell because I can smell it burning. That's got to be a front cover leak. Oh, Carissa. Carissa got back to me. Cool. Let's just scoot through this. I made it over the line. Nobody can get mad. It's the Golden Corral, the trough, in its glory over there.
If you would have your right hand get with a scoop, not the whole bucket, just the right hand corner, put it in there.
Yeah, that's a timing cover leak. All sloshed out when I stepped on the brakes. Although the valve cover gaskets, I replaced the valve cover gaskets on this a while ago, and I don't know, maybe one got pinched up, you know, because they can do that. Maybe one got pinched up. It's medevac. Is that Youngstown, Ohio? It is not. This is Hermitage, Pennsylvania. We're in Hermitage, Pennsylvania. We were just outside of Youngstown earlier. We should be running into a little bit of a snow band up here. Status check on this. I don't think my Tanny's Pizza logo is down there. Tanny, if you're watching, I did put that logo down there, but it didn't show up on this iteration. I'm going to have to put it up manually on the phone app. But I will stop through there probably. I got to look it up. I think you're closed either on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, so we'll figure it out. Tell we're getting into more of a snow area because it's showing up more on the streets. I'm going to kill this for a second just because my eyes, my poor eyes. Oh, private call. Even medevac gets private calls. And we're showing 26 degrees on the display out here. 26 degrees on the truck thermometer. Automod moderators moderated the moderator. Sorry. I've got to look into how those work because they're a little nebulous. When you look at the auto moderation, it's really nebulous. You might be able to figure out better than I do. You have a better eye for that stuff than I do. I'll get you in there, later. Conspiracy joke. Oh, You know what? You know what? I had people coming on posting weird conspiracy stuff like a year ago, and I probably flagged certain words in the auto mod script. I probably flagged certain words. That's probably what happened.
Party caller.
Yeah, we're getting into a little more snow up here. Weather lab, snow is approaching current location. I sure hope so. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a mini band right now. Outside Pymatooning in Mercer County. Some good snow pile up here. Hey, Rusty Bell, welcome. We are just north of Hermitage, Pennsylvania right now. We're operating in a little bit of a lake effect snow band. Nothing too bad. The winds haven't been terrible. We did have some high winds earlier down in Lawrence County. We're now in a winter storm warning, apparently. I didn't know that. It's popped up on my GPS. I don't think we actually are. But this is a lake effect snow band. We didn't have but so high winds. We had some high winds earlier, but there was no snow along with them. Medevac's wheelchair van's right in front of us. Here, I need to film. I got slush on the phone and my arm is frozen. Okay, there's the jug handle. It's a bar. And there's the sheets. So I'm probably going to stop there. I want some fuel. Ah, son of a bitch, I can't stop there. The truck didn't want to stop. Here's what I'll do. I'll turn from here if I can. Alright, there's a frontage. And we're just sliding. It doesn't want to do nothing. It just wants to slide. Good Lord. It is. Nah, fuck that. I guess I'm not stopping anywhere. Yeah, I got a better idea. You know, if you would put the Nissan Altima actually in my asshole, it would probably, your point would work better. Go around then. I'm going to turn on my go to hell lights. Very obvious that people just driving the way they want to, so let's just do this. Take the next availability for a turn to turn around. Looks like power's out back there. There's a power truck on the side of the road. Yeah, we got real heavy snow up here real quick. Bringing the speeds all the way down. Let's see. All turns from right lane. Colt Road. That's coming up here in a second. Yeah, that holds them back a little bit. Except it's PennDOT coming behind me, so they're not going to care, but that's fine. PennDOT can do whatever they want. I just want to keep the normies off the back tailgate. A normie will ride your ass for 20 miles and then wreck you. We'll go back to that sheets because then I can shoot some human interaction shots. You always want to capture the effects that the weather's having on people when you do media packages.
We're going to be clear. We're going to be now.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Traction control lights are on. Yeah, I reckon so. This truck doesn't have drive modes like the other one does. Full-time all-wheel drive, though. So. I'm just keeping the normie lights on to keep them the hell away from me. It's hard to tell where the road even is. It's a light dusting of snow, but it's hard to tell where the road even is. There's that power truck. Oh, they got a foreman out here now. There's the sheets. I see this weird stuff down in Westmoreland County too on the state highways. All turns from right lanes, and then they make this big weird loopy-doo. That's like roundabouts. I wasn't raised with that stuff. I don't know how to drive on this stuff. Alright. But I know how to get into the sheets. So let's do that. Need gas. Yeah. Hermitage, Pennsylvania tonight. Hermitage, Pennsylvania tonight, Sandy. We are Hermitage, PA. We're in a snow band, Lake Effect snow band. We're gonna get some fuel. Let me scan my Sheets card. I see snowflakes, but I want to see a squall. Calling all squalls. Please report to the office. Yeah, me too. Me too. They were getting the warnings earlier, and there was some good banding coming through earlier. Oh, my truck just wants to shut off constantly. Probably got to go back through this thing with a comb again. 200 something miles on, 200 something thousand miles on it though. It's kind of to be expected. Run in here and get me something to eat, something to drink. I'll be right back. Hiya, friend. Fish, how you doing, bro? How you doing? Look, I'll be right back. I'm going to jump out and then I'll be right back in. I haven't eaten anything. I'm starving.
Street, Parkview Mobile Home Court, Pine Township. Station 100, West Island, 1320 West Main Street, Parkview Mobile Home Court, Pine Township, Lot 7, crosses Industrial Drive and Breckenridge Street. ASV is requesting ambulance for an 80-year-old male conscious breathing, disabled and blind, having some medical issues. No further info.
Proceed until we get further from PSP actually on location.
They just want another ambulance in the area in case something actually is going on.
Okay.
I think that's it. I think that's really over it. I think Craig should be enough.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. We still got some coffee in here.
I like it.
The sound log out there, I'm not using that right now. Yeah, where are the sheets? for rustling and sorry for eating, but got to do it, man. It's for the it's for the good of the film. All right. Not really sure why it keeps trying to shut off. I'm sure that this truck will tell me eventually. Sure, it has nothing to do with that impending head gasket leak. I'm going to put it over here so we can see this intersection and all that good stuff. I'm going to put my camera right here.
Weather, in my opinion, sounds like a really bad loose connection.
There we go. Head gasket, giggity. Yeah, no precipitation in Carnegie right now, with a bit of snow on the ground. Yeah, Allegheny's looking, well, yeah, Allegheny's pretty clear right now. You guys are getting ready to get hit again. Allegheny County's getting ready to get hit again. I mean, truth be told, most everything good looks like it's south now. Maybe I'll make my way over to 79 and head south. That's the right direction anyway.
It's hard telling, but it was definitely prevalent when it was happening. At least it took care of itself for now. Mobile flutter, maybe. There's some crackling in there, but I don't think it's. I mean, it could be anything, but it's not nearly what it was.
Hey, ain't that the statement for us all, man? Leftover ham in that is awesome. Oh, I got you. Leftover ham from Christmas.
Like, what's the friction calculation?
Ham, smashed taters, stuffed and green beans, all that. So you got the full load there. Got myself a Christmas present, so I won't be returning it. Oh, yeah. TJ's right, though. TJ's right, though. 100%. I love me some Mexican food. And Mexican is all that. It really is. You say that Taco Bell would be open 24 hours, but ain't nobody open 24 hours no more. Hell, Taco Bell's the last of the Mohicans there. They're open until 1 a.m. at least. McDonald's closes the doors at like 10. I have to preface by saying, specifically Taco Bell, I love Taco Bell. When I'm at work, like at the ambulance service, I live on Taco Bell. Lots of McDonald's are 24 hours now, drive-through. I wish I knew where. The only one I know of is the Pilot at the truck stop. The McDonald's at the Pilot truck stop in Portersville is 24-hour McDonald's and drive-through. But if more and more McDonald's are becoming 24 hours with the drive-through again, that's good. That means nature's healing. It's only taken 5 years. You talk about Heidelberg. But I mean, like Heidelberg. I've worked EMS in the South Zone before. Who actually goes to Heidelberg? Let's get this thing moving again. I saw a fish. Are you fish weather? Fish, are you fish weather? Got the profile picture of the guy from SpongeBob on X. Lol. Oh, the Kerwin Heights exit. Yeah. I mean, I guess people that live in Collier Township go there. I don't know. There's like a pretty big I-79 interchange down there. I didn't know they made that one 24 hours. The last time I was down there, it wasn't. But like I said, that just means nature is healing. It's only taken 5 years, 6 years, half a decade that we're getting our 24-hour restaurants back. Now they got to do Walmart. Yeah, Carnegie. 79, 279. I don't know, because coming out of there to get to the city of Pittsburgh, it's the craziest thing. Coming out of there to get to the city of Pittsburgh, you got to take the Parkway West. You got to take that 376 Parkway West back into the city. And that's really weird because it's a pretty narrow stretch. All the lanes are really narrow and they have the speed limit set at 55 miles per hour. But everybody around you drives about 87. Never been a big fan of that one. Making our way back down. We're going to go back through that band just to feel something. as we warble in the lane. Because it might not look that bad, and it really isn't that bad. It's just incredibly slick. I mean, if you guys were watching earlier, just when I got out of the truck at that sheets, I almost ate shit right in front of the camera. Super, super slick. This is that muddy snow, that real sloppy snow. Just don't get me wrong. I like sloppy snow more than one might think, but just it's slick as hell.
Just let him know I'm going to go ahead and tackle it. I don't think he can.
Slow it down a little bit. These tires are nothing to write home about. Let the Mercedes W50885 transmission weigh the truck down through the gear set. It's one thing, this thing does have a rather elegant transmission. It can handle road conditions well. It's been kind of been hanging out, figuring out what's going to go on during a snowstorm. Me and all of you guys. When I get to a stopping point, I'll be able to read some comments there. One thing about this truck is it likes to be fed if it's going to continue moving. It doesn't do a lot of coast gear type stuff. That's just the nature of the Mercedes transmission that's hooked to this little engine. So if you let off, it drags you down through the gears. And it's actually kind of nice when it's real slidey out. It's real slick like this in the snow. If it's moving, it likes you to be on it at least a little bit. It's just the nature of it. That's fine. Look at all of this, man. Yeah, we're headed back through the band right now. It's only a little band that we're in. I really wish I had my other streaming rig able to actually work, because then I could show you the radar. It was working fine earlier, and then it just decided to stop. I'm not really sure why. So you're on the phone app now. I can see where this band is going. It's going towards I-79. So here at I-80, and I know I want to kind of avoid I-80 for the most part, but I think we'll be able to make it to I-79 pretty decently. Alright, I see my Streamlabs integrations kicked in. I did turn down the frequency on those because they were just paving the chat last time. D'Onofrio's Food Center. You've never seen a better grocery store. Tapestry in person. Oh man, there's some discussion going on down there. I'm not even able to keep up with the chat. That's pretty good, actually. There's another Sheets. How didn't I see that Sheets on the way up? Maybe do the car dealership. Let me get a shot at the car dealership. Let me see. Is there a place I can turn in? I bet you there is. The anti-lock brakes on this truck are set way too sensitive. I've got to reprogram that. We'll go to this car dealership. We'll go to this Kia, or maybe it's Nissan dealership. It's a little more lit up. There we go. I got it to slow down. Deal Kia. Let's go ahead and light up so we don't get questioned by the authorities. Alright. There's a way out. I'm gonna go right here and we'll film some.
Maybe 3 or 4 sets together. You know, Shermansville Road looks like I was farming potatoes.
I try to do better.
Yeah, try still a little bit. Down in East, so I'm just letting you know.
Copy.
See you guys, be safe. KC3W.
Instead of Munich, southern Germany, we're about to be very, I'm running way behind on the timing. That's okay.
I knew everything was wet, but
Yeah, TJ spent quite a bit of time in Germany there. Look at this.
I wasn't YOLO, so I don't know since I was down here at the lake, but
Let's go to this Walmart. We'll get some human effects
constant wind.
down at the Walmart. That's a good burst right there. That's a good burst right there. I want to film that. Got it.
It was pretty bad luck. You know what, actually, couldn't believe that.
Yeah, we'll keep this thing locked in first gear for right now. I'll drive it like a tractor.
Believe it or not, we can push firmware updates from the Android app now. Getting the help of my not on my side, it's something easily to not sure what you're at your page here, but I messed that program on the computer stopped working.
Right.
Just don't go out any water. Tonight, even with the weather, it is just rocks into my outside too. Yeah, I ordered a supply. Injection there from Amazon, but I mean it's been almost a month to get here because of all the delays and stuff. It's on its way, supposedly. It's supposed to be here somewhere time in the first week of January. And I just didn't know what to expect. We got to wait for something but that's we got to do an update.
Italian bowling alley pizza. Voltfest fries delivered wooden forks. Gotcha. Oh, y'all talk about things in the actual Europe. I've never been there. Never been there. Alright. Let's go down towards the doors of the Walmart and see if there's anybody falling.
I had a 24. I needed a 48. Yeah, like I said, doesn't have. If we get it hooked up and doesn't experience, what I'm probably going to do is just take and move the MQTT server to the site, so it's going to have internet access. But if not, I can just run it from my house. It just comes down on the hop from here. It's just going to pop out to my house. I think that's how it goes. It's not a big deal, it's not.
tuned in, aka Akatma, north of Pittsburgh somewhere. We are in Hermitage still. We're in Hermitage, Pennsylvania. We're up on Route 18 in Hermitage, up north of Route 80, or Interstate 80 in Mercer County.
Yeah, I mean, you could just get another rack mounted if you got room in the rack for it. Just have all one unit just carried in.
There's the other side of that dealership I filmed.
I put in the house here. I didn't go for the big switch. I didn't think I was going to need it. But,
We'll continue to try to stay in the band.
About 2 blocks
We'll continue to stay in the band. We'll head south to Interstate 80. We'll take 80 to the east, and then to 79 south.
But he like nose down, you know, both the people said that they were alright. So, alright, did they get that other truck? They said their hands were full that time. I can let you know here in about 1 minute.
Right, man, this is getting nice and thick snow here. This isn't a squall by any means, but good lake effect snow band, and we're not even in the lake effect snow warning up here. Now I see snow squall warnings along the ridges out to the east of Pittsburgh, but that's a good ways from where we are right now. Just gonna keep on going, and we're going to go south, stay in the band. We'll be on Interstate 80 here in a second, which is treacherous as hell. We can get back to 79. There was an event, and I don't know what that event was because I don't have my heads-up display.
Network here, and then I just decided I'll run them upstairs and I put an actual access point in, and see if it can be approved to be Jurassic.
Foot and ankle doctors.
I only have one access point in my house, so I was planning on
be able to be told where the lanes are.
But I got the access point up there, and it works outside and everything is just fine. It's in the closet, so I was very impressed.
Let's talk about a food chain that went downhill real fast right there. That's Popeyes. We are like downtown Hermitage proper right now. Plying the streets of the town. There used to be a Get-Go right over here. I wonder if it's still there. Me and my kid went there one time when he was like,
well, I would think so, because
a year old. If that. No, he was probably about 9 months old. Yeah, that's a Get-Go right there. He was probably about 9 months old. I remember going in there with him. Long time ago.
This year I bought a new
I can hear the ice clumping up and then falling off of the inside of the wheel wells in the back.
thought they would have something a little bit better. Mike, it was good talking to you. I'll catch you later. KC3WMA.
Right, what are we doing? What are we doing? WTA Paul Long, Nick Perry. Man, chat's going great. It's going 1,000,000 miles a second, huh?
Washing dishes while you guys were talking. Or my interrupt at UW.
Okay. I have been talking to you. It's been a while, so let's get back to it.
Good night, Mike and Cody and anybody else who might be listening to UW.
We're going to need this right lane here in a little bit. So here's my plan. Here's my plan here. I'm gonna go I-80 over to I-79. Okay, are we back? I take it came back?
I was actually just calling to say it wasn't back, but then I started to see people blowing up in the chat that it was back, so it's back for me now too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's the second time Elon burned me tonight. The Starlink keeps dropping out, and then it takes everything with it. So I'm just running on cellular now. I cut satellite completely out of it.
That's because Elon fails when he can't
that's true, but we're supposed to get automatic failover when that happens, and our sponsor didn't do that. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out, as long as it's working now. Okay, we're in the band good now. You know what? Instead of I-79, let's just take I-376, because it's going to go right through it the same way. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. Wow! Sorry about that. We had a Starlink failure. And for whatever reason, it didn't kick over to cellular automatically. As a matter of fact, it fought me tooth and nail, and I had to restart the router like 3 times. I need to put all of that on push-button switches. I'll remember that for a future video. I'm going to have to put all of that on control switches up front that I can reach. Because right now it's all in the back and I have to get out and do stuff manually. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to put it on switches. It's getting kind of icy and freezing up. Yeah, usually this setup does really, really well, and it's been doing really well for a couple months, but tonight's just been terrible. It drops out, it comes back, it drops out, it comes back. I think one of the things I'm definitely going to have to do is the phone that this is coming to you on is Wi-Fi only. There's no SIM card in there. Dangerous as hell. Carving a single lane through here, I see. No, I know it sucks. Sorry about the connection, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't know if the heater on the Starlink isn't working or what's going on. But I had to turn the Starlink off, and out here in this region, there's a whole bunch of places where no one has cell signal. No company has cell signal. More of a treated area. right back to an ice skating rink. At least that electric Hyundai got its LED headlights out of my side view mirror. Heavy snow band down through here. Got some even heavier areas I see in the reflectivity just off to our east. Alright, this is fairly treated right here. Who going 99? I see. Guy from Carnegie, Heidelberg. Make sure you keep that turn signal on and stomp on the brake button. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go to the 422 confluence and then catch 422 back. By that point, stuff should be coming down 422, so I'll ride it back through there. I think the 422 is going to be a left exit, but I've got a while, so. Adam Ripley, how you doing there, bud? Just coming in. Thanks for subscribing, Georgette. Welcome to the channel.
5111.
New York is under a state of emergency. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all right now. They had some pretty good lake effects up there earlier tonight. And yeah, I see the banding coming in through Buffalo and everything, so that wouldn't shock me at all. They're a big fan of travel bans up there. Big fan of travel bans up there, so I wouldn't doubt it if certain places were shut down right now. Food and gas at next exit, so that means civilization. Route 18. We were already on Route 18. I guess this is where 18 splits off from 376. We're kind of also on 422 right now. Weird co-signed section. The Manor. Yes, I am heading back towards home. That is the end goal. However, home is all the way through all of this crap. So, you know, good. That wind is kicking up. Craft beer. Oh, man. Okay, so you remember that place we used to go to? I wonder if it's still in business. We've been to that place a couple of times when we lived in Pittsburgh. It was over on the north side. And it had that guy that had the ironic mustache, and he was wearing like those armbands around his shirt. He was dressed like it was 1879, and they owned a brewery. Must have had $12 million worth of brewing equipment in it. And you could go in there and kind of get a beer and kind of get something to eat. Now the snow's not so bad. I can turn all this stuff off. It's when we're really boxed in with snow and it's coming down heavy. I don't want normies riding my tailpipe. Ah, son of a bitch. Alright, we're staying straight here, staying straight here. I feel the warble. Alright, we're back on pavement. Back on good pavement. That's not made of ice. Another bridge. The wind is high down here. I can feel it. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? No, I know. And considering how long we've been together, I mean, what, since 07, 08? Like that, when I first got up here and we were living in Pittsburgh, that was like the high time for that type of thing. Everybody had a craft brewery. Everybody, you know, it's like the Nick Rochford thing who's saying, you know, you got crunchy granola Gina and she's selling edibles at the swap meet, but she neglects to tell everybody that her dad invented Vaseline. You know, that her grandfather invented WD-40. So she just has millions of dollars. It's all trust fund kids. And they just pop up with a brewery in a historic building. And you can look at the equipment and be like, we're just, not even fabrication, just in materials. This is $7 million in stainless steel. And then they open a brewery, you know. sandwich here, man. Fish had a dental emergency. I've had a few of those. They're awful. Like the worst pain a human being can feel. And there's nothing you can do about it except eat OxyContin and Vicodin and lay on the couch. Yeah, that was kind of the high time. That was late 2000s, early 2010s. The hipster movement was huge. And make me a gimlet. I'll bake you a pie. Girls with sleeve tattoos and mustaches tattooed on the side of their finger, and they put it above their mouth. Trust fund kids with massive breweries. And like a lot of them are gone. That's just the weird thing. A lot of them are done and gone out of here. Like $25 million capital investment from a group like SoftBank. They got SoftBank of Japan to invest in their brew pub. And then they went out of business 3 years later. I guess people really didn't want to pay $48 for a hamburger. Moravia Street's coming up. Should be getting back into a heavy part of the band. We're in a light part right now, but once we curve onto 422 due east proper, so we're still kind of headed south right now. But we should come back into it. dot up ahead. I'm going to explain why the road's getting precipitously better. They're actually treating out here. Alright, we're currently outside of Elwood City and Newcastle, Pennsylvania. We're on Route 422 headed east. Okay, Route 65 East Washington Street, and that goes into Newcastle proper. And then this lane for 422 East to Butler, that's where we're looking at. We're going to be back in this band here before you know it. Just looking at the location on the map here. There we go. Those were fun times. Racket Club had a great outdoor pool and cabana bar. Yeah. We still up and moving? Oh, I see Tanny's Pizza. The logo is there now. Good. Yeah, visit Tanny's Pizza in downtown Butler. Absolutely delicious. So be glad you did. Wonderful, wonderful place. Wonderful dude. We will keep track D moving here. With the inexplicable hundreds and hundreds of cars coming the other way in the middle of nowhere, but alright. There used to be a thing. It's like, it turned to nighttime and it was just me out here. And now it's not anymore. So everybody driving around. Once again, you can put the Nissan Altima in the cargo area. It would be more effective at getting you down the road. Skated a lot at North Park at the ice rink for a long time, man. They still do that down there. Thanks for letting us know you're going to be out there. That's, Carissa Kloss from Weather Nation is one of the sweetest people. Just the nicest person. I've dealt with people with a lot of news agencies, and I've met some people that are like, you know, real standoffish, or like, I'm hot shit, I'm in the news business kind of guys. Usually producers, things like that, but she's always so nice. Never a mean word, always real sweet. What time is it? 20:35? Yeah, 20:35. let's go ahead and pull over here at this sheet. I'm going to put a package together and get it uploaded. Because that's kind of like, you know, my job. I don't want to wait too much longer. I think I've already missed the cutoff, but if they're looking to buy, they're looking to buy. You know what I mean? We'll put it right here. Went to out-of-state college, yeah, the Hollow. Just kind of checking through comments here. Penn Hills had the Parkway Cabana Club there. Howard Klein. I've worked down there in the East Zone for a long time. But we had this place that we used to drive past that was a golf course. I used to work at it. I still do work at an ambulance service down there. But it was like in Penn Hills, maybe like Churchill, that area. And it was a golf course, big sprawling golf course. And then one day I drove past it and it was just closed. And I don't think it ever reopened. Do you know what that was? Churchill Country Club, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, I remember it was open and then it just wasn't. It was totally gone. They let it grow over for a long time. I know they were talking about they wanted to reopen it, but I don't know if they ever did. It's been a long time since I've been over that way. That was our home course on the golf team. That is after my time, yeah. Fish, I don't know how long that's been closed. I mean, to me it seems like 25 minutes ago, but I'm sure it's probably been 10 years, you know? Probably 20, no. Becky Davies, 1984, hello. There was one there, but I do not know the name. Yeah. The Churchill Country Club and golf course there, that was still open when I started at the ambulance service, which was 16 years ago. But, and it was open for a few years after that, so it's probably 10 years it's been closed, maybe a little longer, 11 or 12. This thing's running like dog shit. I wonder if it ate another injector or two. Chinese injectors, you know. I'm just kind of pegging it a little bit so that it remains running. And now I've got to pull up my editing software. It's worked since 1992. See, I'm just editing a package together. That's all I'm doing right now. doing it in a random order. Everyone moved out of Churchill. Yeah. Churchill did suffer a population decline around then. Like a lot of the East Zone did. That's when the East Zone started getting really bad. People started getting shot in Penn Hills and Braddock and everything all the time. You started having like murders in Monroeville and stuff, and everybody said, "Screw this, we're out." Griffin Dow, welcome to the channel. Welcome. Split there, delete. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Cut it there. Stabilize. There we go. Not too bad, thanks, mate. All right. Becky Davies, I take it you're from overseas. I think that's probably going to have copyrighted music in it. But there's enough noise that covers it up. Okay, good. Let's go to most stable. Clip it, delete. Go past that. Bop. Bop. Let's go ahead and delete that. Okay, stabilize. Okay, that's already stabilized. I see stuff on YouTube, but not much. Cumberland Hills minutes ago. Yeah. Let's go ahead and stabilize that too. Stabilize that too. South Florida. The Pittsburgh to Florida pipeline is very real. Pittsburgh to Central Virginia pipeline as well, and vice versa. Delete that. Get that done. Delete that. Oh, I know what's causing that lag. It's the low oil pressure when it's at idle. Because timing is kept up on this with the oil pump. So oil pressure. Go ahead and that. Wind her in. There. Delete. Move that to up near the front. export it. We escaped the hurricanes this year. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, Howard. I got tapped to work with Will Nunley at Weather Nation TV for the hurricane season, for landfalling hurricanes in the U.S. along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts this year, and then nothing happened. It was lovely. Good for you guys, bad for me. But I have misophonia. Can you turn your wipers off? Well, I mean, Larry, you can mute it. Because if I let the wipers sit there and they don't wipe, then the camera's going to get all fuzzy and people ain't going to see nothing. I did turn them down, though. Let's see here. Got that there. Go to CDN. Upload. There we go. Before I do that, let me listen to make sure I'm not cursing all the way through this. Donkey, how you doing, bro? You know what? Let's stabilize that. Alright, now re-export. Sheridan Yankee clip with the giant swimming tank bar. Yeah, it's a DG over there. That is a DG over there. We're in Lawrence County, almost into Butler County on 422. We're actually at the Sheets, right across from that Dollar General. I'm just exporting a package right now for upload, and I can't really drive and do that at the same time. And ice is caked up on here. We're at 422 and 388. That's where we are. All right. Let's see. No, I already got gas. And if this is a 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee, like 202,000 miles on it. Yeah, 202 right now. It's if I filled up with 88 octane, I'd probably ruin my motor. She's an old girl. Let's see, location, Hermitage, PA, event, lake, effect, snow, good for 88. Well, 2001 or later is good for 88, depending on if your manufacturer says it is or not. And this is a 3.7 liter Chrysler V6. I mean, they were making these things in the early 90s. And Chrysler says no, so that it'll plug up your fuel rails really bad, your injectors, which I believe. That's mostly made with a bunch of corn, and you heat that up because it runs right by the exhaust manifolds that fuel line does, and it's just going to turn into gel. Plaza Pizza. I was in Hermitage earlier. A lot of stuff closed. Some stuff still open, but a lot of stuff closed. Browse the files. Yes, use that one. Go ahead and upload it. Roads are looking pretty good out there. They are now. I'll tell you what, though. Honestly, a half hour ago, the northern end of 376 up there in Mercer County, not good. Completely untouched. Do you report on the weather? I'm new here. Yeah, that is what I do. I work for a national brokerage that works for a bunch of news agencies, and I'm a contractor independently with a couple more. So, weather is what I do. It's what we do here on the channel. There is like a pure form, like literally a foot or two to the right of this camera that you're seeing this on. There's another camera that's pure form, unmarked, going straight to news media. So that's what we've been doing. That's what we do on the channel. We might be a DoorDasher. Nah. If I was still a delivery driver for food, I couldn't imagine being live streaming. I couldn't imagine that. Heavy snow and treacherous conditions shown. Native audio on all clips. I'm going with a short description this time. I don't want to mess around here. PAWX. Winter. Snow. Cold. Travel. Now, this is the sheets in Lawrence County. Technically, this would be Slippery Rock Township. It's outside of Newcastle. And then Hermitage, PA. Update video details. There we go. Yep, I'm a part-timer right now, but professional still, storm chaser. Work with a bunch of news media agencies, and we're building our social media thing here on YouTube and all the other social media as well, but we're really making a push for YouTube right now. Remember the police officer? Well, that's a lot of them. Bob's Subs. I've never heard of Bob's Subs. I really miss Mr. Submarine. Mr. Submarine was some kind of good. How far is that from Beaver Falls? It's not too terribly far. I'd say in a straight line we're probably 15 miles from Beaver Falls, if that. There's some ladies back there dancing on the snow, filming a little video. Vertical, I'm wondering. Probably TikTok. Hey, come on. We're just getting the package uploaded. But it can roll on the upload while we drive. I'm in Ohio, not much better. Yeah, you guys up in Ohio, especially talking northeastern Ohio, Cuyahoga, Lake, Trumbull, Ashtabula, those counties up there at Geauga. You guys had some snow squall warnings earlier. You're under lake effect snow warning right now up in that region. Not much going on right now, but earlier there was, and over the next few days you're going to see it too. We might be active over the next few days in the evening time too. Just going and covering this stuff, and nighttime seems to be the time when everybody comes out to play, and the time when everybody wants to chat, and they want to watch streams, and when the snow's the heaviest. So maybe we'll pull up on that one. Drinking that Topo Chico. So from what I'm seeing, the band is kind of thick right now down 422. As a matter of fact, I'll pull up the radar right there. Yep. Well, it froze on me, but it's definitely the case. When all your technology is messing up and nothing wants to work, and your Starlink goes down, and you're running solely on your backup, and then your radar is freezing, and your dot doesn't want to move, and all that good stuff, maybe that's a good sign that it's time to pack it in. We're heading down 422 back towards my house, but we still got a little while before we get there, and we got quite a bit more snow till we get there, so Joe Namath country. Had 45 mile per hour winds in Beaver Falls. I wouldn't doubt it. Some of those places out in Altoona got up near 60, 70 today. So talk about your wind there. Plows are out in force though. That's good to see. Never heard of White House Donuts. See, here's the funny thing. Local joints, I love local joints. I do, I love local joints. There's the logo of a local joint right at the bottom of the screen. Right there. They're one of our sponsors. I love local joints. The only thing is that like when you get into so many different areas, and I spend so much time driving, you get into different areas, you don't know what's good and what's not in different locations and places you ain't been. And now I've got the chat, which this is a relatively new thing, to have this many people in chat from around the area. So I might have to go through the chat after it's all over with and write stuff down. I'll keep it in a little book. That way, you know, when I'm in local areas, I know where to eat at the small places, because it's outside of my immediate area and the area that I usually work in over in the east zone of Allegheny County. I don't know that many small-time places. I turn into a big chain guy when I'm out there, you know. It's like, you're hungry. Well, you need something to eat. Well, where are you going to stop to eat? Well, you know, screw it. We'll go to McDonald's. There's a McDonald's everywhere, you know. We're on 422 right now. We're on US 422. We're in Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. We're approaching the Butler County line. That's where we're at. Odessa, welcome over, welcome over.
Yo, buddy. Come finish eating before you brush your teeth.
Wrong phone. She's a sweetheart. Culey. Sorry about the pronunciation. Culey. I call you 8090. 8090, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming in. You're going to drive over the lake. Lake Arthur, yeah. I will be driving over Lake Arthur. That ice has to be so unstable right now, because it froze over real quick. It froze over early with that cold snap that we had, and I already knew that there were people dragging rafts and sleds out there and putting tents out on the ice and going fishing. And that was 2 weeks ago. And then it's been, like last night before the cold front hit, it was 64 degrees at 2 in the morning. So that ice has got to be terribly unstable. Donkey, thank you for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Subscribers are what keeps the place running, you know what I mean? Getting down here near the 79 overpass. They built a truck stop over here, a Sunoco truck stop with like a random diner in it. The diner's 50-50. There we go. Updated. Done. The diner's a 50-50. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And that YouTube, I'm just looking at my output feed. I'm sorry if I'm late to the party on some of this stuff, guys, because I'm looking at my output feed. It's at least a minute behind. I think that was just from all that network difficulty back there. Ponderosa to become a sponsor. I mean, I can talk to Ponderosa. I think they only got like 5 restaurants left. If that. Just let you know, it's probably going to disconnect and reconnect a couple of times down here. Just because there's no cell signal from any provider down here in the bottom, and I'm not running on any Starlink right now. Yeah, only one of 12 left in Butler. That's actually not too terribly far from our headquarters. I've eaten at that Ponderosa many times. But while we're talking about restaurants and sponsorships, take a look there at the bottom of the screen. Tanny's Pizza, downtown Butler. Go ahead. You know, go support your local pizzeria. And if you're new to the area or you're sweeping through and you're visiting, come to Tanny's Pizza, downtown Butler at Mercer Street and 356. We'll be glad you did. Authentic, very authentic, classical Italian-American style pizzeria there. Wonderful, wonderful place. And Tanny is such a kind guy. I like doing business with kind people, you know. finally going over Lake Arthur now. This is Lake Arthur, middle of nowhere. Middle of Moraine State Park. Out on New Year's Eve live streaming. I doubt it. I doubt it just because I have a family and we do family stuff on holidays. Love you guys to death, but I'd rather be with my family on holidays. Alright, let's see here. Sailboats. They do have sailboats down there. Well, in the summertime they do. They're actually down there. I was in the south part of the park last week. I was in the south part of the park last week, and it looks like they're over at the marina where the sailboat rentals are, and they're doing a lot of work. Like construction work. So maybe there'll be something new coming there. They finally went a few years back over on that big, really weird looking place. Architecturally, I thought it was cool. Like multi-level, you come in on the second floor, but then in the back there's a second floor on the downstairs side type of deal. A really cool looking architecture, mid-century type of thing. But no restaurant can survive out there, and I understand why. Put it at the end of a road that's closed 6 months out of the year. The course is a little bit of a dump. It used to be a country club. Yeah, Lake Arthur actually used to be like a neighborhood. Now, Google Maps I don't think has the stuff anymore. I don't think they do, but if you get an old GPS where you look at some Garmin mapping, there's still a bunch of roads leading in through the Lake Arthur and Moraine State Park areas that don't actually exist anymore. Like literally something will be marked as a drive or a road or a court, and you'll look and it's just kind of like some dirt that looks like an exit ramp going into a bunch of trees that have knocked over. So this whole place used to be a huge neighborhood, and then they flooded it to make the park. Course is in disrepair. Played it back in the 1980s. Did the park even exist yet? I can't remember if they built this park in the 70s or the 80s. Larry Dietz, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel, Larry. Larry Dietz, welcome to the channel. The park was built in the 70s. Okay, cool. So there's something funny about these parks, some of these parks, especially the national parks. I've been to some cabins before over several states, and some of them have placards on the front that say something like, "This cabin built for the people of the United States by the youth of the CCCP," or the CPPP. It's like I know that there weren't communist children building us cabins back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, so I always wondered what's up with that. Hocking Hills. tired of young people and my wife wearing headphones to drown me out. Well, dude, with your wife, I'm be honest. With your wife, go get you a bottle of Cupid's with an S on the end. You won't have to worry about her wearing headphones. All right. I got the Streamlabs put it out in the. Put it on backwards there. My friend, you don't have to be Don Johnson if you got Doc Johnson. Just saying. It's a family-friendly channel, so I'll leave it at that, but I'm just saying. There's always a cheat code. Yeah, we're passing the fairground right now. Like I said earlier, the stream is actually lagging by about a minute, but I am passing the fairgrounds. We're passing the Red Apple and the Fairground Market right now. I'd love some Miami weather right now. Actually, no. Come to think of it, I've been to Miami. 89 degrees with 90% humidity. Ugh. The roads are doing pretty well out here in Butler County. They're pretty well treated, except you can tell it's really cold because I know PennDOT's been through here. I saw them a while back, and I've been hearing them on the radio. I know they've been treating 422. Problem is, you can throw all the salt you want, and it's going to melt the ice, but then that temperature is just going to keep on going down, and then it freezes back up. Let me see what we're down to. Let me see what we're down to. 23 degrees. So here's the thing to know. I've been seeing them. I haven't seen any chloride sprayer trucks. I've only been seeing the salt throwers. And rock salt stops working at about 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Currently it's 23, and it's going to get colder. So anybody who's thinking about getting your last runs into the gas station or the grocery store or whatever, and get you some food or something, go ahead and do that now. Get it done. You should already had it got done. You don't want to be driving on this stuff. Hell, I don't want to be driving on this stuff. Real feel was -5. Yeah, with these winds, it's definitely true. I would imagine. Here it was 69 degrees. Yeah, it's Howard. I think it's Howard. But yeah, you're down in Florida. Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy to me. So I got a brief nap last night at normal bedtime. I got a brief sleep, and I got woke up. And TJ, she was saying it feels hot up here. And I didn't really feel it, but I got a little bit of sleep, and I woke up at like 1 in the morning. I was like, yeah, it is hot up here. And I opened the window and everything. I took a look at the METARs. It was 64 degrees at the Butler County Airport. 62 down in Zelienople. I think Pitt was at 60. Everything was in the 60s, or the very, very high 50s. It was right before the cold front moved through. And that cold front moved through, that felt so good, that temperature coming down. 64 degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning in late December. That's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. He seems to be riding his brakes. He's actually not. He's not. You can tell he's not because the third brake light isn't on. Those lights look a little bright. That's just his tail lights. Also, we're going like right around the speed limit here too. He's okay. These roads ain't as good as they initially look. Like this kind of looks like, I can see the feed output. That kind of looks like salt residue. That's not. That's new snow. Kind of looks like salt residue, but it's not. It's new snow. Riding the brakes is never a good idea. Yeah, it's not. The brakes really failed me a bunch of times tonight. Now, the ABS on this truck is a little touchy. So the second it detects any slip, and you don't stop. They're anti-stop brakes, realistically. But I did. He's got a brake light out on the passenger side. You can see him now. If I need to slow down, which I've been doing tonight, if I need to slow down, I do have the Mercedes slapstick in this Jeep. This was during the Mercedes era of Jeep production. It has the W50A85 Mercedes transmission, and it has a very nice manual sequential shift, and I've been using that all night. You use it, you just knock it down into third gear, and then second, and then first. Plus, this truck, if you let off the gas all the way, it doesn't like it. It wants fuel to continue going. So it really slows itself down just by taking your foot off the accelerator. Falls. Yeah, I've been through Newton Falls. Thank you, Mamunsel. I've been through Newton Falls. There's another guy that watches from up in Newton Falls, a younger guy. I think he's 14 or 15. I think. He might be 18, but I know he's younger. Gene G. Jr. Welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for taking a look around. We're on 422, crossing over the 356 exit in Butler County, Pennsylvania. Things have really calmed down. Nice calm snow. Some of this banding has given up, so that's good. Text message to my broker. I would imagine. Lol. LOL. Uploaded another snow package. Moving at the speed of business. I saw that, TJ. I saw that. That snow squall warning was hours ago. Gotcha. subscribe. Man, I appreciate all the new guys. I really do. And all you guys that have been here a while, thanks for keep coming back. I haven't heard from Alec, Louisiana in a little while, but that's okay. He'll be back around. He'll be back around. I was wondering why a guy with a screen name Alec, Louisiana was always posting saying he was in Minnesota. And then he told me that Louisiana is actually his last name. Who has a self-driving truck? No, I don't have a self-driving truck. I drive myself everywhere I go. My wife kind of has a self-driving truck. That is super nice, by the way, when you can get it. Yeah. A good grocery store right down the road from Leechburg. Freezes over again, Odessa. Right. Final pilled Wisconsin. I document weather up here in Wisconsin, but haven't done any lives yet. I was going to when it came through up here. I didn't get out on time last night. Just found you in sub to be safe. Yeah, man. I actually know a guy. I know a guy that was up there in Wisconsin doing that stuff last night. Vince Welty. He's an alright guy. I like him. He lives in southern Wisconsin. Definitely say, man. Definitely say. You ever take phone calls on your channel, like call-in shows? So I don't, as of right now. The whole thing is I've been having a ton of trouble with a streaming encoder. So what you're seeing this on now, it already came in on the second stream. This is on a phone. This is just straight up a phone mounted in the windshield. And I have a full-on streaming encoder, like a broadcast encoder in the truck right here. And it never stops failing. I'm not really sure why. I've tried numerous times to work out all the bugs with it, and then I'll get it working perfectly. And then I'll do the next stream, and by the time I've done the next stream, it just forgets what everything that I told it to do. It's reset all of its own settings. It's updated 4 times, and then nothing works. So as soon as I can get the streaming encoder right, I was thinking about taking calls and stuff, but possibly only if I have a studio producer or if I have a co-pilot with me to like handle the board. Because I'm already doing a lot while I'm driving. But that would add a new degree of difficulty that would make it, I think, probably unsafe. So if I have a co-pilot, yes. If I don't, probably not. That's if I can get the auto encoder to work. Are we good? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. More trouble with our internet. which it should never have. See, I don't know what's going on with this. I think it's because I'm in the, I'm sitting in a street light. All right, guys. Yes, I do know Jaden Pappenheim. I'm familiar with him. Solid guy. Yeah, no, I agree. He had a little slip up last month, but that's okay. Everybody messes up every now and then. He apologized. There we go. Yeah, I know Jaden. He's a good guy. He just had a kid not too long ago. I say not too long ago. It was probably a year ago. Yeah, Jaden's good people. Jaden's good people. Alright, that communication's got there. Good. Alright, guys. So, with everything going through the way it is, I'm probably going to be down until tomorrow. Possibly going to do a stream. Tomorrow. We'll have to see. Of course, it could be back at any given time. I'm going to give out the socials here. So, boop. If, oh, it decided to do it all over again. Okay, there we go. No. There we go.
Which result would you like?
I'll be quiet. So we're going to give out the socials here. For X, for Twitch, Trovo, Kick, and YouTube. Those. It's Keystone Prime. All one word, Keystone Prime. For Facebook, it's going to be KPWX Media. All one word. Keystone Prime, KPWX Media. Of course, you can also find my live stream in weatherwise.app, where you can follow live, including the positioning there on that app as well. However, the best experience is obviously had here on YouTube, where we have our moderators, we have our discussion staff, and I can talk to you guys directly. So I'm going to go home. Until next time, I'll probably be out tomorrow. This is B. Dean Barry, Keystone Prime Weather, and I hope you come back to see a whole lot more. Thanks for watching.